Hey there everyone, subs and visitors alike. This is just a quick video that I wanted to make relating to the Mandela effect. I was looking at some of these Mandela effects. I didn't go through many of them, just a couple, and sort of was trying to have a look at what the message is behind some of these changes that have occurred. One of them is from a movie, Field of Dreams, and I remember it as being, if you build it, they will come. And a lot of people also remember that. And now it's, if you build it, he will come. So who is he? And what are they building? So I was thinking to myself, this sort of, in my mind, I mean, this is open to interpretation. And, it really doesn't, there's no proof of anything here in what I'm saying. But I think that we are at that point in time where we're heading towards this advancement in the transhuman agenda. And it seems to me that these Mandela effects are messages from somewhere or someone or something, or even us. It could be us. It could be us reaching out to ourselves. And so the whole thing with, if you build it, they will come. I kind of look at that as, something relating to the construct. As souls will come into the construct, it's like an adventure, a trip away from wherever it is we actually are, and an experience to bring us into a different state of being. So, if you build it, they will come. And now it's, if you build it, he will come. So all this talk about the temple, rebuilding of the third temple, and I sometimes wonder if this temple is not so much a building of sorts, because it could be multiple temples, and one of them being the temple of the body. This is what is happening at the moment, this whole movement towards this transhumanist agenda to build something to house something that doesn't have a vessel. And AI needs a body. So that was something that I thought of when I saw this, and I thought to myself, maybe that's what it's sort of pointing at, If you build it, he will come. Well, I wonder who he is. Anyway, the next one, which was when I started looking into the Mandela effect years ago, I mean, it was quite a while ago. I looked into it and I kind of then forgot about it and just went on with things. But the Berenstain Bears was a cartoon I watched as a child, and I loved that cartoon. I used to watch it all the time. So for me, that was a real obvious one. And it's changed from EI to AI. So Berenstain to Berenstain, which is removing the EI and replacing it with AI, introducing AI. A lot of the Mandela effects are products and labels and logos that are, from the US. I don't know a lot of these brands and haven't been exposed to them, so I can't really use those as examples. Skechers has been around for a long time, and during the worldwide lockdowns, I had to order shoes for my kids online. I would have happily gone to the shops to buy them, wasn't afraid of going out, but they were all closed. So I had to order these shoes online, and I never even took notice of the fact that there was no T in Skechers. It wasn't until I started typing it into the Google search bar to look at Skechers online that I realised Google kept correcting my spelling, and I was putting a T where there was no T, but there's always been a T. Another one I noticed, not that I noticed, but I've seen, it's been pointed out, is Jiffy, which is, I think, again, like, this is not an Australian brand. I think it's peanut butter. I could be wrong, but I think it is. But it's now Jif, not Jiffy. Okay, so the FY has been removed, so it's just Jif. And FY is the abbreviation word for you. It's used to show sincere appreciation for what someone just said to you by returning the same compliment. The other short term for FY is FU, FY. F for what, the bad word, and YOU. Okay, the other one that I love I think is hilarious because it's so obvious, and I've seen this movie and everybody used to say it. Life is like a box of chocolates. And there's no denying that it was always life is like a box of chocolates. Well, now it's life was like a box of chocolates. So his mother always used to say to him, life was like a box of chocolates. Well, that's past tense, you know? And I kind of look at it now as like, it's funny. It's like, because back then you never knew what you were going to get. But now we've learned how to decode the fuck out of this construct. So yeah, life was like a box of chocolates. I think people are starting to see it, you know, through the programming and all this crap that's put out on TV, and that's kind of how I look at it. And, you know, this is just fun for me, having a little muck around with these Mandela effects, you know. And the other one that is very obvious to me was Queen, with the end of, was it We Are the Champions? Again, I didn't even notice it until it was pointed out to me, and I don't like listen to that, so I don't have that album. I never bought any Queen albums. I wasn't that much into Queen. I appreciate Queen. I think they're a great band. And Freddie Mercury is an incredible vocalist. But I'd hear the song on the radio. And, you know, as kids, we always used to sing it. You know, we are the champions of the world. Well, now there is no of the world. And I think that's because we are not of this world, but we are the champions. And the next one that I looked at the other day, which, I mean, I've heard, but I never really went in and listened to the song. But as a child, I did watch the show Lamb Chop's Play Along with the puppeteer Shari Lewis, and I clearly remember the song. This is the song that never ends. Okay, the song that never ends. And so I had heard that it had changed, and I thought, I'll go in and listen and just make sure. You know, I like to double check things. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, what? Because it just sounds wrong. And I used to sing that song all the time and annoy the hell out of my brother. So, yeah, it definitely was the song that never ends. I mean, it's even called the song that never ends, but these little puppets now are singing the song that doesn't end. And that's just totally wrong because I remember it and I have not misremembered. You know, this is... I don't know what to make of that one though. That is a bit strange. And then there's the creation of Adam, the painting by Michelangelo, and how, you know, man's hand is clearly above God's. And, you know, I remember God being above and pointing down and Adam reaching up to touch God's finger. And now it's the other way around. And he's lazy about it too. He's like, yeah, whatever. You know, sort of like just flopping his hand there and God's reaching out. To me, it's sort of like these people who are down in Silicon Valley and running the show over there, and there's all these people putting money into this idea of extending life, and they're looking for a cure to the human condition, which is death. Okay, so they think that there's something wrong with that. And that's what they're doing there in Silicon Valley, and there's people there working endlessly to find a way to live forever. I mean, I can't think of anything worse, to be honest. I'm not unhappy in my life, but I most definitely don't want to live forever. So yeah, it looks to me like this is a sign to show that man is starting to believe that he is bigger than God. And, you know, I do believe that we are creators, in a sense, like we create our own reality. I think we're here in practice because I believe, this is just my theory, and I think that in other places things happen much quicker, we manifest much faster. We're builders, we're artists, we're songwriters, we make all sorts of creations on a daily basis, but they take time. And I think maybe when we leave this place, when we leave this avatar and go to where we reside in spirit, I think that we will manifest almost immediately. And, here when we daydream, nothing really comes of it. You're free to just daydream. You can daydream anytime you want. And, you can imagine being a CEO in the middle of a really important meeting and you start to imagine something, and then suddenly you manifest it. This is why we have this slow process here, because we need to learn how to master our minds. And I think that is really something that we're getting better at. So I would say enjoy the dream while it lasts. Don't have to take things so seriously. Just enjoy the ride. You never know when your day's up, when your numbers are up. If there's things you want to do it. And if there's things that you're not too sure about and you just want to daydream, then go ahead and daydream. Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to make this fun, short little video. So have a great one, and I'll see you on the next one.